It's the NFL on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Dallas Cowboys and the Chicago Bears. And it kicks off next on Madden NFL 25.
Now from the second city of Chicago, head down Lakeshore Drive and you find venerable Soldier Field, home of the Bears. Good to be in the booth with my partner Greg Olson. I'm Mike Tirico. Welcome. And Greg, this is one of those that's worthy of prime time because wide receivers love the spotlight as much as any position group in the league. And we got two guys who shine under the lights here tonight.
And I think
we are ready, and so is Brandon Aubrey to kick this one off. Off we go from Soldier Field. On the return, it's Tyler Scott. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. Here's the Chicago offense taking the field for the first time. They're led out by the quarterback from USC, Caleb Williams.
you hear people talk about it all the time, and it's especially true, Mike, for young rookie quarterbacks, is just the speed of the game. They had a lot of success in college. They were probably the best player on their team, but just everything is faster. Everything happens with a little more urgency. The quarterbacks at the young age that can make that transition the quickest, everything else then tends to slow down.
They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. Operating from the shotgun, it's Williams. And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8. They'll run it for the first time with DeAndre Swift. And it's a short pickup to about the 42. Malik Hooker there on the tackle. Second and 7. Working out of the gun, here's Williams. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a first down after a gain of 7. From the shotgun, it's Williams. That one caught over the middle by the rookie. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line.
Rookie to rookie right there, Mike. And I'll tell you what, they've got some really good young pieces on this roster.
An unbalanced look to the left here on first down. A play fake, and they'll throw with Williams. Nowhere to go. He is taken down. Micah Parsons, too tough to stop, gets in to bring him down.
Looked like a pass protection breakdown. They had 5 offensive linemen and a running back in the backfield. I promise you, somebody was assigned to that linebacker, but he timed the blitz perfectly. He ran through and was able to bring him down for a big sack.
On second down, it's Williams. Quick throw, taken in. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago.
We're seeing this so much all across the NFL, Mike, is the value placed on a receiver being able to turn into a runner after they're able to secure the catch. And sometimes it's easier said than done, But if you want to survive in this league as a wide receiver, you have to be able to make plays like this after the catch. And great job there by the quarterback being accurate, and great job by the receiver running after he makes the catch.
Now Cairo Santos to add the point after. He's got it. And the Bears will take a 7-0 lead. So here's Santos after the touchdown. He's out to kick this one off. Here comes a return from the 5. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. So that Cowboy offense takes the field, ready to go to work for the first time. They are led out by their quarterback, Dak Prescott.
We had a chance to see him out on the field early in pregame, and I thought he looked really sharp. I thought he looked focused. We had a chance to talk to him earlier in the week, and he's excited for this opportunity today. He thinks he's got a chance to lead this offense and have a lot of success, and ultimately the #1 goal is to come out with a victory.
The pressure will get to him. He goes down. There is a flag down in the backfield, usually the spot that tells us hold. A shotgun snap for Prescott. He'll find his tight end. That's Jake Ferguson. So they go backwards on first down. Here's 2nd and 13. Operating from the gun. Here's Dak. That's to Ferguson once again. And that's a good gain there. It's going to wind up just a couple of yards shy of that first down.
Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process for a quarterback, understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where your hot receiver comes in. He points to his receiver, who the defender they're hot off of. That guy comes, gets the ball out of his hand, and results in a completion.
And this is going to be a Cowboys first down. He's up to the 45-yard line.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You've got to have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
Play action now. Prescott. He's got a man. It's CeeDee Lamb. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
And this is what you can do when you have one of the best receivers in the game. You understand that even if the coverage is not perfect for the play call, sometimes it's just as simple as my guy is better than your guy, and we're going to just keep giving him a chance.
First and 10. Pistol now for Prescott. And the rush gets home. He'll go down. They got him. Now, following that sack, we have a player who was injured. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. A quick throw, going to be caught by Pickens. Third and long. From the shotgun, it's Dak. He'll get this out to his running back. Looking for room out on the edge. He's not going to find it. As a matter of fact, I think they tracked him down behind the line of scrimmage. Good job by the defense, and it's 4th down.
It's almost like the defense knew the back was getting the ball there, because from the moment the ball was snapped, there was a defender all over him, and he's able to bring him down for a loss.
And And that is no good. He missed it. And they are not able to draw closer.
You have to give him credit, Mike. I mean, that shows a lot of faith in your kicker because that is an ambitious effort from that distance.
The Bears offense ready to get going with their second possession. They'll start with great field position right at midfield with a first down. To throw is Williams. Brought in by the tight end, Cole Kmet. Pickup of 11 yards on that one. Good for a Bears first down.
I think they're going to have to be more creative here on the back end with the types of coverages they show this quarterback. Change the look pre-snap to post-snap. Mix in zone, mix in man. They got to make it more challenging on the quarterback going forward.
He'll take a shot here. Back of the end zone. That'll be batted away. Incomplete. Coverage very strong defensively. It's second down.
I can sit up here all day, Mike, and we can talk about the missed throw, but I think a lot of the credit has to go to the pass defense. Not only did they do a good job making it difficult for them to complete the pass, but I think they saved a touchdown along the way.
Throwing on second down, Williams. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
The drag route is such a good way to get the ball early into the hands of your tight end and take some pressure off the quarterback and give him an easy completion. The size and the athleticism allows them to try to pick up more yards, but do it after the catch.
On third down, it's Williams. That one on target to Moore. A first catch for DJ and a first down.
Every staff in the league that understands if we have to play a rookie quarterback, regardless of their talent, regardless of how high they were drafted, the ideal situation is to fill that huddle with as many veteran players as possible. The quarterback's going to be young. He's going to make some mistakes. The more veteran, talented guys around him, the easier it is to weather those mistakes.
This is caught at the 2. The Bears are going to have a first and goal. Very nearly a touchdown. He's going to be marked out of bounds just shy of the pylon. A first down there. Gain of 14 yards. From the 1-yard line. First down and goal. They'll run with Swift. A dive, and he's in. DeAndre Swift. Touchdown, Bears. Taking care of business on the ground to get the score. And, Greg, the big guys up front, they deserve some praise on that one.
Absolutely, Mike. And it really only takes one guy to distort the defense and win his block. But in this case, give credit to the entire unit. They did their job, and they reward their offense with a touchdown.
Santos for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Bears move out on top, 14-0. So here's Santos after the touchdown. He's out to kick this one off. Cavante Turpin on the return. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. The Cowboys offense ready for their second possession. They trail by 2 touchdowns, so the time is now. Got to get that rally going. It starts with 1st and 10. He's going to let one go deep for Lamb. And he will take this one in. 76 yards. Touchdown, Dallas. Well, that is a quick drive and the best way to finish it. The touchdown pass downfield. Greg, you rarely see a deep shot like that to start a drive.
You're right, Mike. We don't see it a lot, but I wish we did. It's actually the most efficient and safest down to pass the ball. And in this case, the defense is thinking run, got a lot of defenders up in the box, and they're able to strike deep with a pass play for 6.
Brandon Aubrey now for the extra point. He's got it. And the Cowboys are on the board. It's now 14-7. So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. Scott now on the return. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Bears offense ready to get back at it. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10. To throw, it's Williams. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
It's not the big play they were hoping for, but first down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable 2nd down.
Here's 2nd and 6. Here's Williams now to throw. He gets this one to Moore. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the 1st down.
Nothing a quarterback loves more, Mike, than being able to pick up a 1st down without being forced to push the ball downfield and force it past the line to gain. He settles for the underneath check down. He's confident that his receiver is going to pick up the rest after the catch.
They will run it over center with Swift. And that'll go for a gain of about 4. Malik Hooker there on the tackle. Williams to throw on 2nd down. And that's a 1st down. It will be a gain of 8. Williams. That's going to be taken in by Durham Smythe. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. Throwing is Williams. That's a short throw caught by Komet.
Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Here's Swift. Good running there. He's got the 1st down inside the 30. Thrown quickly. That's more on the RPO. 4 catches already in this opening quarter, off to a hot start as he picks up the 1st down.
Mike, you've heard me say it 1,000 times. The easiest down to throw the ball in the NFL is 1st down. I hate when teams wait till later in the possession to throw the ball. So early 1st down completion, you're on the plus side of the field. Now you're thinking strike, touchdown, field goal. But either way, I'm coming away with points.
We are through 1. It's the Bears off to the early lead. We're back to Soldier Field after this. Line of scrimmage is the 15. It's 1st and 10. On the give, here's Swift. And he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards. Here's a 2nd and 6. Another run here. Another run by Swift. And he will get into the end zone. DeAndre Swift. Touchdown, Chicago. His 2nd touchdown of this first half.
When you start talking about the qualities of a top-tier back in the NFL, Mike, we all talk about size, speed, the ability to keep your feet, the ability to have balance at contact. But the part we don't talk enough about is patience, understanding the blocking scheme, the timing, when to hit the hole, as much as what hole to hit. And I think you get a great example of what that looks like when it all comes together. He takes advantage of the scheme, and next thing you know, he hits his head on the goalpost.
So here's Santos after the touchdown. He's out to kick this one off. This taken at the 5. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. There's CeeDee Lamb heading back out there with the rest of his Cowboys teammates. And seemingly every time they've looked his way in the first half, it's resulted in a big play that is borne out by those eye-popping numbers. And he does a nice job to avoid the initial wave. They're going to get him down behind the line.
It's so easy to underestimate the speed of this quarterback until you get on the field. They break down your pursuit angle so quickly because of that speed. So give credit to the defense. They understand it's a collective effort to contain this guy. And this time, defense wins and brings him down for a sack.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. Back to throw is Prescott. Got a man left side. It's caught. And he'll be taken down up past the 40-yard line.
Mike, you know what we used to call those plays? No, 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 yes. Because that's exactly what was going through the mind of the coach on the sideline when the quarterback decided to throw that ball into really tight coverage.
So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. On the play fake, Dak. In the middle of the field, it's taken by CeeDee Lamb. An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. Now it's a bootleg with Prescott. And that's going to be incomplete, but a flag down in the backfield. That's the area we usually see holding. Following the penalty, he'll run it. He'll inch forward for maybe a yard. It was Kevin Byard that time to make the play. Third and 9. Now Prescott. Nowhere to get away, and he's going to go down.
We're starting to see in these passing situations, Mike, this defensive line is starting to have their way against this group up front because right now, their pass protection is breaking down, and his quarterback's paying the price for it.
On 4th down, the veteran Brian Anger on to punt for Dallas. And back deep is Devin Duvernay to return. And not much doing there. They made sure he would not get free. DeAndre Swift and the Bears offense, set for their next possession. From the 25, they'll go to work, 1st and 10. This drive will begin with a run by Swift. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. Operating from the shotgun, it's Williams. And they bring him down, but not until he gets the 45-yard line.
And another great throw. And I'll tell you what, Mike, so far today, this certainly does not look like a rookie quarterback. I mean, he is in complete control of this offense.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. A run here with Swift. He plunges forward for a couple of yards. Maris Leah foul. They're on the stop. Second down and 8. They'll go again with Swift. Look at him stay on his feet as he's able to shimmy his way for a gain of about 5. Third down, 3 to go. They'll try to run for it. It's Swift. And he's going to have a Bears first down, I do believe. Gets it by about a yard on 3rd and 3. An injured player on the field, and that is Micah Parsons, who needs some medical attention. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. On the bootleg, it's Williams. Quick throw, taken in, and he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker. Here's 2nd and 2. A play fake. And they'll throw with Williams. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
You hear quarterback coaches say it all the time. Let's get our guy easy completions. Well, that falls certainly into that category, Mike, but when you fail to connect on those, it just ends up being a wasted down.
On 3rd down, here's Swift. He's got the first down. They'll bring him down at the 28, but the sticks will move. First down picked up on the ground. Now Williams. Toss right side to the tight end, Komet. And they are in great shape. He's taken down inside the 10.
Every quarterback's dream is, can I get the ball out of my hand as fast as possible and get it to a guy that can do the rest after the catch? And it seems like nowadays, throughout the entire league, the best offenses thrive in yards after the catch.
This has been some kind of march downfield. Now, can they pay it off with 6? It's 1st and goal. On the bootleg, he'll look to throw. And this throw out of the back of the end zone. It's incomplete.
An incompletion there isn't ideal by any means, Mike, but I think that's one of those passes where he made sure that ball was either going to end up in his guy's hands or out of bounds.
Try it again here from the 7-yard line, 2nd down and goal. Give up the middle with Swift. And the defense stiffening here. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, that's all. 3rd and goal coming up.
Well, after the failures of the 1st and 2nd down, you got to look now at your 3rd down call sheet. Every play caller has a section, must-have-it plays, critical downs. I say this one falls in that category, and we'll see what they have up their sleeve.
He'll try and throw. Here's Williams. This caught. Trying to reach for the goal line, but he's going to come up just short. Wow, that's going to set up 4th down.
These are the worst. I had a couple years, Mike, where I swear I got tackled inside the 1-yard line 10 times, and then you look back and you're like, man, how many touchdowns did I leave on the board because I couldn't get one more yard? Now, for him individually.
And he's in for the touchdown. But hold everything. There is a marker down. These points may come off the board. So holding is the call. And take that touchdown off the board. On 4th down, it's Cairo Santos on for the Bears field goal. This about as short as you can get. Santos's kick is good. And the Bears have run out to a 24-7 lead.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through and they get 3.
On the return, here's Turpin. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. The Cowboys offense and C.D. Lamb set to take over once more. And it may be time for this defense to start throwing a second defender at him, maybe. Look at what he's done. Whatever the defense has tried in the first half, it hasn't worked. He'll burrow his way forward for a couple. It was Kevin Byard that time to make the play. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. From the shotgun, it's Dak. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
This is why it's so critical that the quarterback and his intended target are on the same page. They got to speak the same language. When there's miscommunication, it leads to errant throws, and when errant throws lead to big missed opportunities.
And they will continue to go backwards. He's taken down for a sack.
This is the epitome of team defense. Not only are you able to rush the passer and put relentless pressure on him play after play, but the coverage on the back end is so tight. There's just nowhere for the quarterback to go with the ball. You see him just continue to hold the ball that extra second in the pocket, and with the way these guys are pass rushing, that's all the time they need.
Here's Brian Anger now, as he's on to punt for the 2nd straight drive. Duvernay to return. And he'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there.
Automatic 1st down.
They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. On play action, here's Dak. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
there was no hesitation from the quarterback. From the jump, he knew where he wanted to go with that ball, but still leads to an incompletion. They're just still not quite on the same page.
And he will not be able to get free, picking up only a yard. Now it's third down. Operating from the gun, here's Dak. Taking off, he'll try to get there. And he'll be taken down as we tick down to the 2-minute warning. He'll get a dozen out of that one, scrambling his way to a first down. 2 minutes remain here in this first half. We'll come back to Soldier Field. Following this, they'll break the huddle, coming up now for 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Prescott. That's complete left side to Pickens. And he's out of bounds all the way inside the 15-yard line. A huge play for Dallas. 33 yards.
We see so many wide receivers in today's NFL that almost resemble more of a running back style. When they get the ball in their hands, not only are they able to pick up big yards, they're able to fight through tackles and make people miss. That's an element that a lot of offenses are searching for. Takes a lot of pressure off the quarterback.
First down, Prescott. He'll try to hit him with a screen. And the Cowboys are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
Man, they're just running this 2-minute drill to complete perfection. It is such a point of emphasis of every offense, Mike. These end-of-half scenarios to come away stealing points make a big impact on the outcome of the game, and they're knocking on the door here, 1st and goal. At the very least, got to come away with some.
It is brought in the end zone. Touchdown, Dallas. Well, that is a step in the right direction, finding the end zone. I don't know, Greg, could this be building some momentum for these guys, and that's important before halftime?
Absolutely, and I think the biggest thing this coach is trying to get across right now on the sideline, Mike, is let's just cut into this lead, and let's make it a 1-score game at half. So they still got some work to do, but if they can go into halftime, regroup, catch their breath, just keep it close, give yourself a fighting chance here out of the break.
The extra point by Aubrey is good. And the Cowboys back within 10. It's now 24-14. So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. On the return, it's Devin Duvernay. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. Out comes Caleb Williams and the rest of this Bears offense. And he's had things all his way in the first half. Those numbers are sensational. And he looks to add to them with another drive here. Here's a screen taken in by Swift. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. They face 2nd down and 7. Working out of the gun, here's Williams. And they'll work this close to a 1st down, maybe just a tad short. Third and a yard. On 3rd down, it's Williams from the gun. And he is very close to the 1st down, but eyeball, he is shy of it. And they say it's 4th and inches. The Bears send out their punt team. Cavante Turpin to return for the Cowboys. Taken at the 19. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The Cowboys offense and their big play wideout getting set for their next possession. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he's going to be taken down at the 37. That's a timeout for Dallas. It's their second, and it'll come with 15 seconds to play in this first half. Line of scrimmage is the 37-yard line for 1st and 10. Prescott. And this offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack. Here's a 2nd and 12. Prescott now. And that's going to wind up incomplete. Pressure certainly impacted the quarterback there. Couldn't get his arm all the way through. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand.
And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long. On comes the punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And good coverage by the punt team. They stop him before he can get any return cranked up. So we hit halftime along the lakefront here in Chicago, and the Bears are on top, as we'll send you down to go. All right, Coach, 2nd half, drawing near. Glad to have you back with us here on EA Sports. 3rd quarter set to commence, and we're back underway here on EA Sports. And they'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line. The Cowboys offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. And look, they've been out of sorts throughout, Greg. They haven't had any answer for this pass rush all game.
Yeah, and it's really showing up in the sacks and also just in their ability to prevent any yards, any completions. This has just been a dominant pass defense performance here, and everything starts with the rush. The quarterback's uncomfortable. The clock gets sped up. He's got guys in his face. It's a lot easier to play defensive back, and in some of these coverage units, when you know that ball's got to come out fast, and right now, they're teeing off and taking advantage of it. So the hope is when you call these underneath drag routes, you're trying to have your tight end come out the backside of the defense in space. So when you put the ball on him early, it leads to big yards after the catch. In this case, they don't get the real big play they were hoping for, but they'll definitely take it. The drag route, we used to say this is day one install. Every single offense in the NFL has this sort of route, especially for the tight end position. And depending on the speed and the run after catch ability of the tight end, sometimes it can lead to some of the biggest gains.
Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. To throw is Dak. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. He was trying to get it to C.D. Lamb. And it's going to bring up a third down.
At this level, you just would expect a little bit better execution and accuracy on those intermediate throws. I think he had an opportunity there for a nice pickup. Off target, off rhythm, and ends up getting away from him.
And he will have the first down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
I can't tell you, Mike, how many of these offensive skill players around the league, they look at man coverage as like a personal offense. After that last completion on the way back to the huddle, I think he had a few choice words for him. I think he said, hey, man, you can't guard me one-on-one. You better ask your coach for some help, because if he doesn't, you're going to be in for a long day.
They'll go with a counter on first down. And this rough day on the ground continues. They're going to drop him behind the line again.
You have to wonder if next time does the play caller give his quarterback some options to check out of this play. It was clear before the ball was snapped this was not a great look for that play call, and you can see the end result.
Second down, Prescott. Off he goes. And he slides and covers up at the end, avoids the hit, and picked up decent yardage along the way.
Take a look at his eyes. You can see the quarterback clearly going through all of his progressions, and he's quick to realize there's nowhere to go with this ball. He makes the right decision and gets out of there, picks up some good yardage, and gets down on the ground.
On third down, Prescott. They'll try to set up the screen here. And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up fourth down.
Anytime you call a running back screen, the key is the relationship between the offensive line and the running back. They have to be in sync perfectly to set up the big play. That wasn't the case here on third down. He gets tackled short of the sticks.
He makes up for the earlier miss. This time, the kick is good. And the Cowboys are able to get it back within a score.
So it's not exactly what you're looking for when you set out on a drive, but at the same time, you don't want to come away empty-handed either. So in this case, they'll take those 3 points.
Back out is Brandon Aubrey. He had the field goal a moment ago, and now he'll send this one away. Scott now on the return. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. The Bears offense and Caleb Williams set to take over once more. And you get a look at the numbers, they don't even tell the whole story. This has been a tremendous performance to this point. They'll start on the ground with Swift. A gain of 4 as he's taken down. Williams on the RPO, going to get it out to Odunze. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a first down after a gain of 7. They'll go play action here with Williams.
The best quarterbacks don't see the rush, they feel the rush, and that's exactly what this guy was able to do here. He's able to escape the initial pressure and immediately realizes, I got some space out in front of me. Picks up a solid gain here on first down.
Here's 2nd and 3 to go. Swift gets it from the pistol. And he'll work his way for about 4 yards. And that's good enough for a first down. A play fake. Now Williams. To the left side, into the hands of Moore. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
This is just like recess, just playing one-on-one football and saying, all right, I'm throwing you the ball. You got to go get open. This is a great job by the receiver selling it at the top of his route. The defender thought he was defending a deep ball. He sticks his foot in the ground and comes back. Well-timed, well-executed, and a nice pickup.
They'll run. It's Swift. And that's the way you want to run it on first down. A gain of 7. Second down and 3. They'll run out of the gun. It is Swift. He'll get this inside the 20. A nice run. They're in the red zone. It's first down. To throw is Williams. He'll try and set up the tight end screen. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
Not every pass has to be thrown downfield. You can rely on the run after catch, especially a big body like this tight end. Get the ball in his hands early and let him pick up the rest after the catch.
Now Swift.
Heck of an effort by this runner, Mike, just to get back to the line of scrimmage. I think most backs around the league, that play would have resulted in a loss, but not this guy. Continued to fight, continued to do everything he could to prevent the loss, but it still stopped for no gain.
They'll come up to 3rd and 3. On the give, it's Swift.
Well, this is why the head coach makes the big bucks, Mike, to make decisions like that. I think at this point in the 3rd quarter, you have a chance to really make a statement by coming away with 6. I'm keeping my offense on the field. I'm going for it on here on 4th down. I'm being aggressive.
So instead of going for the first down, in comes the field goal unit. Bit of a surprise here. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Bears will extend their 3rd quarter lead. Cairo Santos, following the made field goal, back out to kick this one away. On the return, here's Turpin. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. And that's where the offense will take over. Here's Dak Prescott, and the Cowboy offense set to go again. Eddie has been in control of this offense. Want to run you through some of the action from earlier on. You've got the 2 touchdown passes, over 200 passing yards. He has been excellent all game long. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10.
This is one of those cases where having high-end speed in the backfield can be such a game changer. The offensive linemen don't need to hold their blocks quite as long. You give this guy a little bit of a crease, and man, he is gone.
Now whistles here, and a penalty. I think somebody moved early up front. Now a second down throw for Prescott. That's brought in right side by Pickens. And it'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the first down. Don't need much. It is 3rd and inches. Try to pick this one up on the ground. And he will have a Cowboys first down. They're able to convert, albeit not by much, but they get it on 3rd and a yard. On the play fake, Dak. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
I know this play results in an incomplete pass, but I think this is a really good job by the quarterback. His clock was going off. He felt that rush. He had no immediate target to go to with the ball. Instead, throw it away. Don't take the sack. Live for another day.
On 2nd down, it's Dak. Open man down the field. It's Ferguson. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
Zone route running, Mike, is very simple. Once you come off the line of scrimmage after the ball is snapped and you know it's zone coverage, as long as it's sort of in the area the quarterback expects you to be, my rule was just run where they're not. And when he throws it, catch it.
Prescott on 1st down. Quick hitting slant there. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. They'll turn and hand this one off. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
Finding yourself down here, multiple scores in the second half. The defense is going to give you some friendly run looks. So don't be afraid to mix it in there. But if you're going to find yourself coming back from this deficit, you're going to have to do it primarily through the air with just a little bit of mix of the run.
He'll find Lamb. That's complete. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
I really like the balance that they've showed so far on this drive, Mike, and what that does is it makes the defense have to defend the entire field. The run game and the pass game, everything looks the same. There's no tells, so they can't afford to just dial up certain schemes to take away a run or a pass. They've got to defend the entire playbook, and so far they've done a great job on this drive doing just that.
So these two teams take the long walk to the opposite end of the stadium. We've come to the end of the 3rd quarter. You're watching the NFL. Now a 3rd and 2. To throw is Prescott. That is caught. And they'll stop him just short of the goal line, but they are going to have enough to convert. It's going to be 1st and goal.
Critical 3rd down conversion there, Mike. Now brings up a fresh set of downs. You find yourself here trailing in the 4th quarter. They got to go down and score, and they got to score fast.
Well, a chance to get right back in it here. 1st down and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he will score. Game on. Touchdown, Cowboys. Greg, they are pecking away at this one now. Very big touchdown. Gets them right within reach of pulling this comeback off.
Well, Mike, at the very least, they've given themselves a chance. But can they get a stop and get the ball back again for a chance to go down and really make this one interesting?
Now, Aubrey for the extra point. The kick is good. Important extra point. The difference is just 3, a field goal here in the 4th quarter. So they've cut into the lead. Now just a field goal behind as they kick it off. Duvernay on the return. And he's brought down right at the 35-yard line. The Bears offense and DeAndre Swift set to get going again. And it's hard to believe you could run the ball a whole lot better than he has. The vision, the cutback ability, the acceleration, the stats. It has all been on display throughout. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down.
And up until this point, this has been an incredibly efficient game from this quarterback. I mean, it's hard to think. Here we are in the second half, and that's only his second incomplete pass. So finally, the defense is able to do something to disrupt his timing and finally try to get him out of this groove.
That's interference. Defense.
First and 10. A play fake, and they'll throw with Williams. That'll be taken in by Moore. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
A lot could go wrong anytime you decide to put the ball in the air here late in the fourth quarter as you're trying to run out the clock and protect this lead. But at the same time, I like that they haven't gone super conservative, just handoff right, handoff left, and it just turns into tackling practice. So I like the balance of making the defense defend everything, because right now, possess the ball, protect the ball, and ultimately just run the clock out. Here's the quarterback doing everything in his power to extend this play, and none of his guys could get open. You got to see someone separate, work with your quarterback, go into scramble second reaction mode, and it's also give some credit to the back end doing a nice job plastering with their assignment, and he had no choice but to throw it away.
On the ground, it's Swift. And he's bottled up after a gain of a yard. Got to get it to the 28, but now it's third down. Operating from the shotgun, it's Williams. Look at the big man go! And he's into the end zone. That might be the knockout punch. Touchdown, Bears. Everything you want to do right there, Greg, in the fourth quarter. Get the ball with the lead and extend it to a two-score advantage.
Yeah, and I think this just might end up being too much to overcome. You said it. Once you get a two-score lead this late in the fourth quarter, there's just not enough possessions to be had to claw yourself back in it.
On is Santos for the PAT. His kick is good. And the Bears will open it up even further here in this fourth quarter. So here's Santos after the touchdown. He's out to kick this one off. On the return, here's Turpin. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. So now here are the Cowboys. Their offense ready to make their way back onto the field. The deficit is at 10, so an important drive forthcoming. Getting started with first and 10. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up second down.
This has really been the story of this entire game, Mike. I mean, this pass rush has had the advantage over the offense pretty much from the jump, and they've already recorded a couple of sacks, a handful of close calls, and it's the pressure in the backfield is why this team finds themselves with the lead here late in this ballgame.
Pass completed right side to Ferguson. It's a gain of 10 yards. First down, Cowboys.
Things certainly look a little improbable right now, Mike, but I wouldn't say impossible. I think they've got to capitalize on this possession to pick up some points. Every single possession right now is priceless. Points, possessions, and then they got to get some defensive stops.
This pass right side, caught by Lamb. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
Well, there's not a lot to this route. Man coverage, and you got a drag route. Give him a little something off the line and go. Win with speed. Good, accurate ball on the front shoulder pad. Allows him to pick up the rest after the catch and leads to a big gain.
So they come to the line for first down and 10. Prescott again. Got a man over the middle. It's Pickens. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
Seemed like the receiver, Mike, ran through like 5 different open zones, but once he found the one that he liked, where the quarterback was expecting him, you see him do a nice job throttling down, secures the catch, and he's able to pick up a nice gain.
They'll throw again. Dak. He's going to tuck it and go. And he will slide to a halt with a penalty marker down on the play. So let's check out this call. That's on Tyler Guyton, the tackle. To the air again. Prescott. He'll swing this one out wide to his running back. Work to do now as they come up on second and long. Again, Prescott to the air. Oh, they leave Pickens all alone. It's complete. And they are in great shape. He's taken down inside the 10.
And this is what the offense needed. Now, after that last completion, you still trail here in the fourth quarter. You need scores, and you need scores fast, so they cannot take their time. I wouldn't be surprised to get them right back up on the line of scrimmage and try to score here now that it's first and goal.
Ball resting on the 9. First down and goal. Operating from the gun, here's Dak. That is caught. What a job to keep the play alive. Jalen Tolbert, touchdown, Dallas. On for the PAT is Aubrey. The kick is good. Important extra point. The difference is just 3, a field goal here in the fourth quarter. So they've cut into the lead. Now just a field goal behind as they kick it off. Scott now on the return. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. The home team's offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he has been masterful so far leading this offense, keeping the mistakes to a minimum, on point with his passes, generally one step ahead of the defense all game long. A modest gain, maybe 2 yards. It's second down. Working out of the gun, here's Williams. Throw right side, caught by Odunze. Call it a gain of 13. First down, Chicago.
Anybody who thought this coach was going to get conservative with this late lead is sadly mistaken, Mike. They're out here still throwing haymakers with this passing game. They're not content with just having the lead. They're looking to increase it.
He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4. Here's a 2nd and 6. Off play action. Here's Williams. There's that man again. Another catch. They get 10 yards on the hook up there. Good for a Bears first down.
And this is where the speed of your inside receivers are so critical. He lines up in the right slot. But, Mike, look how far he covers to where he ended up receiving that ball. You can't have all day. Those defensive linemen, they are coming after your quarterback. So the speed in the slot is critical. That's a great example why.
And they finally get him down. Good gain on the ground, but hold everything. Maybe a reason he got so free. Here's a handoff to Swift. And he'll get about 3 yards of that back, setting up 2nd and long. From the shotgun, it's Williams. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. Here's 3rd and 7. On 3rd down, it's Williams from the gun. He'll get that to Zacchaeus. And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a first down.
Offensively, landing a lot of body blows on this drive, Mike. Just the ability to steadily march the ball downfield and remain so efficient, both run and pass. As they continue to wear this defense out, they have to find a way to end this drive with points. Anything short of that would be a bit of a letdown.
Throwing on 2nd down, Williams. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
He may have trusted his arm strength a little bit too much on that throw. 2 defenders in the area. Work to your check down. Work to an open receiver. I think in this case, he forces that ball, and ultimately, he's lucky he got away with it.
And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
But here we find the best laid plans sometimes do go astray. Every offense, Mike, what do they tell us? We want to stay ahead of the chains. We want to stay on schedule. This was a 3rd and very reasonable. Incomplete on that 3rd down try. Now brings up 4th and short.
And this one right down the middle. It's good. A big 3 points as they extend their 4th quarter lead. Cairo Santos, following the made field goal, back out to kick this one away. On the return, here's Turpin. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The visitors' offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. The deficit, 6 points. A touchdown here would be mighty nice for the offense. See what they can do on this drive. 1st and 10. They'll begin here on the ground. And he'll get 2 on this one before being taken down. Second down and 8. From the shotgun, it's Dak. He's got his man on the in route. Yes, take it in over the middle. Getting hard to hear in here. The noise very loud from the crowd. 3rd and 3. A shotgun snap for Prescott. He's got a receiver, and that's Lamb. And he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play. Two minutes remain in the 4th quarter. Greg and I back on EA Sports after this. Plenty of time, all 3 timeouts left. It's 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. Oh, and a pressure there. He can't get a throwaway, and he's taken down.
This has been a masterful game plan defensively. I mean, not only have they found their mismatches and been able to exploit them, it's led to 7 sacks so far. I mean, even when the offense seems to make an adjustment, Mike, the defense just still seems to be 1 step ahead of them.
They'll come up now for 2nd down. Now Prescott gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up 3rd down. Now Prescott. He's got his tight end. That's Ferguson.
Mike, I think we make so much of all these fancy routes, right? The selling, the head fakes, getting in and out of the break. And while that's really important to create separation, that's really more of a man beater. That's when teams want to just play you one-on-one and you have to beat the defender. Against zone defense like we saw here, it's a lot more simpler. Understand the concept of the play, understand where the holes in the defense are, and get there and be friendly to the quarterback. And if you're open, stay open. That's NFL route running. That's what the best guys do.
Final minute, 1 timeout remaining, and it's 1st and 10. Throwing is Prescott. In the middle of the field, it's taken by C.D. Lamb. And he's close to another 1st down as he's brought down just shy of the marker. It is 2nd and a yard. Prescott now. It's to the sideline and caught by Pickens. They can still get a 1st down at the 1. 1st and 10, they go from the 11. To throw is Dak. A short throw caught by Ferguson. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Prescott again. That is incomplete, so the task gets more difficult. Time for maybe 2 plays. That's it.
This is a pass that just needs to be completed, Mike. The opportunity was there. His guy was open. They ran out of room a little bit there on the sideline. Couldn't quite get the ball up and down fast enough and ends up being thrown out of bounds.
On 3rd down, Prescott. That'll be incomplete. And now we are down to likely just 1 more play.
They couldn't quite connect there on that short pass, Mike, and I just think it's worth reminding everyone how different the concepts are down here in the red zone than what the rest of the game plan calls for in the normal part of the field.
Here we go. 1 final play. And that is incomplete. They had their chance. They took it there. Look, they're trailing late. Got to let it fly. This will wind up a turnover on downs. Victory formation here as he's down to a knee. So this one in the win column for the Bears. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will, matching each other point for point. But in the end, got a few more defensive stops than their opponents did. And that was the difference in this one. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Bears get the win at home as we say so long from along the lakefront at Soldier Field in Chicago.